Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, I'm Steph. I'm a cosmetic/mental health nurse based in Melbourne, Victoria. Today I wanted to talk about some of the behind the scenes of what it takes to build your own cosmetic business. So the first thing you need to think about is your business structure. So you can open up as a sole trader, or you can also set your company up to be a private company. This would include you having an ABN or an Australian business number and an ACN or an Australian company number. You can also register for GST or tax once you've met the threshold of your earnings or the income for the tax year. So the main difference is if you're set up as a private company, you can work as a contractor for other clinics, so they can employ you as a casual employee, and you can move from clinic to clinic depending on the branch, and you can be employed at other clinics as well. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, you can reach out to an accountant so they can have a chat about what the best option for you would be, or you can also look online at the Australian business website so you can get more information before you decide on what you'd like your company to be. So the next thing is your space. This means where you'll be conducting your business. A lot of nurses do rent out a pre-existing space in a salon, in a dental clinic, or in a pre-existing cosmetic clinic, or even a GP practice. So it really depends in your area and what's available to you and what you would like your space to look like. Just a few things to keep in mind is that it has to be up to the regulation. So examples like it can't have a carpet on site, it has to have a sink to wash your hands in, and it has to have access to hot water as well. So you'll need to decide how many days you want to work and work out what the price would be. So you can find a place that offers a daily rent where you just pay for the days that you're there. You can also find a place where you can pay for weekly or monthly rent. Some of them can include all of the bills like your electricity, Wi-Fi, but most of the time you might have to source out your own point of sale machine or your payment method, and you might have to also worry about all of the other stuff like cleaning and setting up the space. If you're looking to lease a commercial space or open up your own clinic by yourself, obviously this will cost a lot more. If it's not fitted out to be a cosmetic clinic, then you also have to factor in the renovation cost to make sure that it's all up to regulation. So the benefits of renting out a room within a pre-existing cosmetic space or a beauty salon is that you can do cross referrals. Their clients can come to you and you can refer your clients to them as well. And you can also learn how to run a business where there's other people around you for support. The benefit to owning your own space is that you can do however much it is you want. You can have the hours and dictate them as you want as well. And you can also find other people that can rent in your own clinic or just practice by yourself. The next thing that you'll need for your business is an insurance. So just like with your car, with your house, or anything valuable, you want to make sure that it's insured in case anything happens. My personal insurance company covers a number of treatments that I offer. So mainly, of course, your cosmetic treatments, also your chemical peels, skin needling, LED light treatments, PDO threads. You have to make sure that before you offer those treatments to your clients, you know that you're insured in case anything happens. Also have a think about how much you want your indemnity insurance that covers you. So this could range from 5 million to 20 million depending on your business structure and how much you're earning. So have a think about that and compare the insurance companies, and you can seek out to your prescribing service, which I'll talk about a little bit, and if they have any recommendations for you as well. To open up your own business, you also need your poisons permit. Now, this is a requirement to store the medications that we use because they are scheduled medications or scheduled drugs. And you also have to have a poison permit for each of the clinic that you practice in. For myself here in Victoria, we can't transport the medication from one place to another. So we need to apply for 2 separate poisons permit if I'm working from one area to another. The poison permits will be different based on where you're located. To make sure that you're up to the regulations, seek out one of the people from the council or the government and go through the procedure as well. There is a yearly fee and you'll need to pay that regularly. It does cost a little bit more initially once you set it up, but the renewal is a little bit less. So once all of that is sorted, you can have a think about what treatments you'd like to offer. So as a cosmetic nurse, it will depend on what you're trained in and what you feel confident providing to your clients in a safe and therapeutic way. And obviously, you want to offer as much treatments as you want, but it's best not to overwhelm yourself and your client when you're first opening up your business. What I would recommend is to identify what you feel really confident in. So that could be your anti-wrinkle and your fillers initially, and upskill from there before you expand your treatment options. This is to make sure that what you're doing is safe and in the best interest of your clients. And there's nothing wrong with saying that you don't feel comfortable providing a treatment they're seeking if you don't feel confident in it yet. I think a lot of clients do value honesty, and they would prefer that you refer them to other providers who are more competent and confident in the treatment that they're looking for. You can also network with other nurses and get them to refer people to you and vice versa. So as nurses, before we can administer most of the treatments that we do offer, we need the go-ahead from the doctors or a nurse prescriber. Just like when you're working in a hospital, we need the doctor's orders before we can give out any medications to the client. But in some cases, there are some nurse-initiated medications like your paracetamol, for example. But when you're in your own business, it's best to cover everything and make sure you have that support from a prescriber. You can ask them questions in case you're unsure about anything on the day of the treatment, and of course, the patient will also feel reassured knowing that there is a safety net with the help of a prescriber with the treatments that they're getting from yourself as well. There's a few companies that offer the prescribing service. Most of the time, you just pay them for the script that you ask for. Personally, I use Fresh for my prescribing service. They've been a great help in starting up my own business. They offer ongoing training in person and webinars that you can attend where you can upskill and feel more confident in your practice. They also provide support in case there's any adverse reactions that you come across in. It's great in terms of purchasing your products and receiving that support as a sole business owner. Outside of your prescribing service, you can also sign up for associations like AMET. So they offer support in terms of managing complications. It's valuable to have that as a backup, and it also reassures you as well. I think this next one is one of the most exciting parts of owning your business, and it's buying your products and your consumables. You do have to make a minimum spend with the opening orders from each company, but identifying what products you'd like to carry in your cosmetic clinic and what you tend to use more of and what the clients would benefit from. You have to be careful not to buy a load of products just in case they run out of past date. You want to make sure that you're not spending too much money that you're not able to make back as well, because this is your own personal income and you don't want the products to go to waste and not be used past their expiry date. Outside of that, you have to think about the gloves, the dressing packs, the gauzes, alcohol swabs, all of the consumables that you use day to day in your practice. You can buy them online. There's a lot of websites like Medical Aesthetic Supplies, Fresh Clinics, Juve that do sell all of these things. So do your research and find out what the best option for you would be and make your purchase. I think this next one is one of the most important ones, and it's your paperwork. As a nurse, I've always been told that if it's not documented, then it didn't happen. So you have to make sure that you've got all the details of the treatment plan, the procedure, the batch number and expiry date of the product you administered, and any complications that came about during the treatment. It's also good to store any information that you feel would be beneficial for you to remember. With the paperwork, you have to make sure that your patient's confidentiality and privacy is not going to be compromised. So think about where you'd want to store that. If you're busy and you have back-to-back clients, you can also have a think about using the AI technologies that we have now, where you just say what you want to be written in the note and it will type it out for you. So that saves a lot of time, but it can be at a cost as well. So do your research in how you'd want your notes to be done. And the last thing I wanted to talk about is your advertising. So obviously as a business, you'd want constant clients coming in. You need to think about how you'd want to put yourself out there, especially if you're just starting out. out. One of the main things to do is to be active on social media like Instagram, but you have to make sure you're up to regulations in terms of our Therapeutic Goods Administrations and the APRA, which is the Nursing and Midwifery Regulation Body. You can't post before and afters, so you can't talk about pricing online as well, but you can talk about educational things and topics that your clients would want to know about. The other thing you can think about is promoting yourself on Google reviews, because I know that a lot of clients would research who can provide a treatment they're after in their area and look at the Google reviews before they come in and book their appointment. Word of mouth is also very crucial for small businesses, and your friends and family or your other clients would refer you to other people if they've had a good experience with you. So make sure that you treat everyone the same and that you provide safe and holistic approach to every treatment, and good luck in setting up your own business. So that is all for today. If you have any questions, feel free to comment them down below, and make sure to like this video and hit the subscribe button. You've also got the bell there so you can be notified when I upload a new video. I hope you have a good day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.